It was mainly around Danforth, and it went against Junction, and we challenged each other to see, what our carbon footprint was and how we were lowering our carbon footprint. A lot of interesting projects that came out of that, a lot of interesting work. They do keep working on it. We're right at the hub of tons of public transit, and yet I find, how many times is it that I see full streetcars or full subways going by, but we also really see the need for more public transit. There was an announcement that we made for $840 million in phase 1 public transit funds. So that is just phase 1, there will be a phase 2, but immediately increasing, and most of that will be going towards things like signal repairs so that east-west line can start getting better signals, and we can start moving more quickly, get better trains, because I'm sure as many of you noticed, you're on the east-west line, the cars are smaller, everything's a little bit less comfortable, and you get to the north-south and they move a bit more quickly. So trying to make some changes on that front. Last week, I was at the announcement for the first new streetcar line in the city of Toronto in 16 years. It's unbelievable that it's been 16 years since we've had an announcement for a streetcar line. The streetcar line should help along King a little bit because it will be running from basically the Distillery District at Church and out to Liberty Village, and it should be pulling from King Street, so it's just one more streetcar doing that line. But so there are some changes happening, and there was also recently an announcement, I think just earlier this week I was at an announcement about electrification and trying to incorporate the GO lines into our city service, so that we can move people more quickly. It would include 2 stops in this area. So one of them being at what is East Harbour, they're calling it now. We sometimes Unilever site is what some people might know it as. And the other, I believe, was at Gerrard and Carwell as the 2 projected sites for 2. This isn't the downtown relief line. This is actually just building on electrified lines for the GO. So there's progress being made directly in this area on some of the local issues, but there's a lot more to do. As far as housing retrofits, I'm hoping that we see more of that happening here locally as well, because that is one of the commitments. And so that when we go forward and with affordable housing, that we're making sure that we're also retrofitting. I'm just going to take one little plug. It's dear to my heart. Issues of food policy are very dear to my heart. That's one of the issues that I'm the most interested in, and so I was really happy to see people raise that issue because it is an important one. And we look at food policy has a lot of wide-ranging issues, but it's also one of those places where you really see climate change having an impact on the price of food, and frankly, to have a healthy population, we're looking at social determinants of health. For people to be healthy, they need to have access to healthy food, and that also helps our economy because then people can actually study and they can go to work and they can prosper. So it's really great to see that people have flagged that, because that's an issue that I'm working on directly on the Hill. I'm also part of an anti-poverty caucus, which is an all-party caucus, and also deals with a lot of what we see as climate change impacts on people. So I want to thank you for all coming out. It is a Friday night, and I do appreciate this is the second town hall we've had on environment and climate change in 1 week. It was really good to see that so many people were interested in coming out, and we will be having other town halls. And this will feed in to the minister, but it also feeds into me. So it's a double part, which is it's important for me to hear what you're thinking as well. So I appreciate you coming out. A big hand to all of you and to everyone who helped me set up today.